desires and heart. That's one of the reasons why one of the bills I'm sponsoring is the A+ Act. It's a heritage-sponsored bill, and it's one of those things that tries to move us forward of taking the bills we have right now and not penalizing states, because that's one of the things they're always afraid of. That the money that we're going to these programs from the Education Department will be block grant to the states. The states will be able to come up with the program that they want to reform their education, with only one caveat, that they have to actually have their program being approved by the parents. That's who has to approve it, not a bureaucrat in Washington, but the parents. And that's the first step in trying to dismantle this approach of having Washington telling parents how education should be run in the local school districts. It's important to me as an old school teacher. I am the same that I think I always was. I'm the same person that voted against every reauthorization of the Patriot Act, the same person that voted against the TARPs and against all the stimulus bills and all the bailout bills. I voted against Obamacare, was happy to do it. I voted against the Omnibus Lands bill. Even though they put 3 of my bills in there to try and buy me off for it, I still led the opposition on the floor. Unfortunately, we failed, so I guess I got 3 bills passed, but it was still the 97 other ones in that bill were horrendous bills that are doing harm to us and to the public lands right now. I also want you to know that one of the reasons why I'm here is I think I need to explain to you why I voted for NDAA. That's one of those issues that has been part of the controversy today. Let me go back to what NDAA actually, well, NDAA, as you know, is simply the National Defense Authorization Act. Congress reauthorizes it every year. But within that act, there were 2 provisions that have become somewhat controversial, and I am proud that I'm co-sponsoring other legislation to make sure that we clarify what those are. The issue at hand was indefinite detention. When the resolutions of force were passed, well before I was in Congress, they triggered indefinite detention. President Bush and Obama have both claimed and used the power of indefinite detention. 2 Supreme Court decisions have also verified that it is a power presently used by the administration of indefinite detention. When President Obama listed his authorities this year, he listed that as one of his powers, but he refused to put any limitations. So one of the things Congress decided to do is put some limitations on it. On the House, we put in language that said you could not take a prisoner from Guantanamo and dump him in the federal court system in the United States. The Senate added 2 other provisions, the so-called 1021 and 1022. But in each of those, they were talking about foreign terrorists. That's the topic of it. In 1021, they specifically put in language that said in that nothing in this section shall be construed to affect existing laws or authorities relating to the detention of United States citizens. That was a clear reference to the Supreme Court decision in the Rumsfeld case, where the court said that there could not be any violation of due process for an American or for another alien that deals in part of the terrorism concept. So the ability of habeas corpus to be suspended is not there. It also did not say that you would limit due process rights. What it says is for American citizens, you have to maintain those due process rights, which is what the court decision also said. 1022, though, is one that has got even more. This one is entitled Military Custody for Foreign Al-Qaeda Terrorists. You have to be a foreign terrorist to be involved in it. In A4, another one that has got a lot of publicity, the President may waive requirements of this paragraph if the President submits to Congress a certification in writing that such a waiver is in the national security interests of the United States. That's in foreign terrorists. He can have the power to add new groups as foreign terrorists in Yemen or Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, but not here in America. The very next clause is applicability to the United States citizens and lawful aliens. The first paragraph says, the requirement to detain a person in military custody under this section does not extend to citizens of the United States. And the next paragraph says it does not extend to lawful resident aliens. You cannot use this act to arrest an American citizen. This is not a power that's granted. It's not a power that's there. It's specifically prohibited. And I don't care whatever has been said around you. Those are what the words say. I ask you to read the words. Same thing Alan West told the Tea Party in Florida. Read the words. This is about foreign terrorists, and it does not allow you to use any of these powers against an American citizen. So, if I vote yes, I have indefinite detention with some limitations. If I voted no, I still have indefinite detention, but without any limitations. To me, this was a step forward, a small step forward, but the right step forward. I also want you to know that I am dedicated to doing whatever I can to stop Obama. I would like it, be nice if we could not only just be on the defensive, but be on the offensive once again, but that will take some new people in the Senate and a new president. The Congressional Quarterly once listed all of us in the order of how much we have opposed President Obama's programs, and I was grateful I was listed first in the House. I've opposed President Obama's stated policy 90.3% of the time, and that puts me #1 in the House. I have good company, because Chaffetz was #7, over in the Senate, Lee was #11. We're in good company there, but I want a new president in January, and I want you to dedicate yourself to making sure that happens. That's what this country needs. I thank you for being here.